Get yourself ready for the ultimate XRP price prediction video for 2025. Now, I want to have a disclaimer right off the bat. This is not going to be a video where my mouth is swung open and I'm drooling telling you the XRP price is going to go to $100 to $1,000, that we're then going to rug pull all the hedge funds. We're all going to make massive profits and go to the promised land. There are plenty of YouTubers out there that are selling that pipe dream and asking you, actually begging you to join their Discords, to buy their course, to go ahead and use the platform that they're an affiliate of. You're never going to see that nonsense on this channel. These are going to be my honest thoughts. I'm going to give you a bull case scenario where XRP hits $10 in 2025. I'm going to explain the bear case scenario to you of how XRP can hit 80 cents or even slide down to 50, 60 cents in 2025. And then I will give you my personal predictions with timelines. It's not just going to be stuff like, oh, XRP is going to hit this number in the future. I will back it up with timelines for 2025. If I am wrong, this video is immutable. I will never take this video down. You can butcher me, absolutely destroy and demolish me in the comment section if I'm wrong. So with that being said, let's get to it. Let's first discuss how XRP's price rockets to $10 in 2025. So there are many catalysts that have to fall into place and fall into place in a very timely manner. So first things first, let's talk about the political landscape. So Gary Gensler has to step down. When that news comes and he actually steps down, that is going to be bullish for XRP. When the crypto-friendly new head of the SEC, Paul Atkins, that Trump plans to put in that position, actually gets to that position, that will also be a catalyst. By the way, Trump being in office and being very crypto-friendly, surrounding himself with a lot of people that are also crypto-friendly, like Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, that's great. Also, we might actually have a bunch of celebrities join as well. I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden Mr. Beast, or you're hearing about XRP on Joe Rogan, if Mark Cuban jumps into the mix, if irrelevant people that don't really have any credibility in this space, but still love to talk about crypto, like a Steph Curry, will even take a Matt Damon. Just please no Sam Bankman-Fried. But what I want to say is that Trump is promising a lot of this crypto-friendly stuff. We've all seen the videos where he's at a Bitcoin conference saying, I will fire Gary Gensler on day one. And then everybody erupts in applause and adulation as if Justin Bieber just arrived at a high school concert. That's all great, but we have to make sure that it's not just rhetoric, because this is what politicians do. And I understand Trump is not exactly your quintessential politician, but if you look at the last election cycle, he has promised some things and then he didn't fully deliver or couldn't deliver because Democrats got in the way. In this case, though, there is a trifecta that is occurring. So the Republicans are going to have the presidency, they're going to have majority in the Senate, and they're going to have majority in the House of Representatives. And regardless what your political affiliations are, most people would agree that Republicans these days are so much better for crypto and not over-regulating, that it could be very, very bullish for all of crypto, not just XRP. Speaking of regulation, the SEC needs to officially drop this ridiculous case against XRP and confirm that XRP in fact is not a security. This is not just going to be healthy for the use case of XRP in the States. It will actually be very, very helpful for the confidence and trust in having XRP and using the XRP ledger in places like the EU and the Asia Pacific. Remember, crypto is global, so you can't just worry about what's happening in the States. We have to make sure that the EU isn't going to be cracking down on XRP and XRPL, and obviously it's going to help if the SEC completely drops their ridiculous case. And by the way, when they do, the approval of an XRP-based ETF could totally happen, and this will significantly increase institutional investments and also market liquidity. It will also attract a much more broader investment class. There will be a broader market reach. You're going to see a lot of these fund managers go ahead and recommend that their clients get into something or diversify into something like an XRP based ETF. So this could be huge for us, especially because if an ETF is approved, it's gonna set the pace for other countries all over the world to potentially also have and adopt an XRP based ETF. So that could be huge. At the end of the day though, utility. Talk to me about the use case of XRP. Is it really going to start being mass adopted by a lot of financial institutions to do cross-border payments? And not just financial institutions, governments, the wealthy. Are they really going to rely on XRP and XRPL? Also, are we going to integrate smart contracts? Is there going to be more capabilities on XRPL? If there is continued innovation on the smart contract capabilities on XRPL, this will also help it be a major player in the DeFi ecosystem. It's also going to be interesting to see how many of these innovators, how many of these brilliant programmers, crypto enthusiasts are going to be participating in making XRPL even better. Another point that a lot of people don't talk about but happens from time to time and could really benefit XRP is a global liquidity crisis. Even if it's not here, like inflation goes through the roof, the US dollar is getting eroded, we're printing more money, people are worried, so they put a lot of their money in finite supplies, right? Something like Bitcoin or XRP, and they no longer believe the whole banking institution, the whole financial infrastructure, because it really is a house of cards. When we need money, we just print a bazillion. When we're in debt, trillions upon trillions of dollars to all these different countries, and the other countries are also in debt, trillions upon trillions of their currency, and it just becomes a little bit ridiculous. And so in emerging markets, especially when a certain fiat currency goes down, that could be really great for the confidence in cross-border payments when it comes to a system like the XRP ledger and XRP. We also have to pay attention to the broader crypto market cycle. There can continue to be a bull run, and if Bitcoin goes sky high, that's only good for XRP, because usually what happens with these altcoins is they climb as well, and then when Bitcoin tops out, you start to have an altcoin season. And this altcoin season, I believe, will really benefit XRP because of its price. It's just a psychological aspect of something being priced at $2, $3, because for your average folk that don't understand market cap really, and don't even understand tokenomics or what the XRP ledger is, they have no idea what blockchain is. They couldn't even understand it if they started reading about it. A lot of them just look and they say, okay, Bitcoin is like the Berkshire Hathaway. It costs so much money. It's in the hundreds of thousands. And what's another good crypto asset that I can potentially invest in? They look at Ethereum. It's also in the thousands. But wait a second, XRP is just $2. So if it ever gets to the same price as Ethereum, that would be like a 2000x. And this is amazing. Oh my God, I'm going to be rich. And so it's a psychological thing of XRP being priced so low. They don't understand the whole tokenomics aspect of it. And I think that that's going to help. Also, the retail investors, they start listening to all of the pumpers, right? Your Wall Street bets, short squeeze folks, those people I was talking about in the beginning of the video that look like this in all their cover photos. XRP going to the moon. XRP to $1,000 confirmed. That's the ridiculous stuff that retail investors do fall for, and they typically buy in during the euphoria when prices are sky high. They FOMO in, and then they get stuck, and then it becomes a cult-like scenario because they start to lose so much money that they can't just sell, so they will never sell. They will be believers to the very end. You can have the whole world explode. You can have the electrical grid taken out. They will continue to believe that XRP is going to moon. You can literally have crypto be no more, and they will still believe that XRP is going to $1,000. And honestly, that is beneficial to the XRP movement and potentially the price hitting those $10 targets. It's just not very ethical or moral to the folks that are expecting it to hit 100, because the only reason that these other YouTubers are talking them into that is because they have a sensible exit strategy and they just want everyone to think it's going to 100. And then if it ever hits $12, $15, they're sliding their money out. They'll still keep making the videos, but they'll be chucking at those retail investors that are thinking it's it's going to $100. But I digress. Let's talk about XRP as also an inflation hedge. So some people can see XRP as a hedge against fiat currency devaluation in not only emerging markets, but even in the United States. Again, all fiat currencies have died in the past. There have been none that have been around for like thousands of years, right? We have gold and silver, but fiat currency doesn't really withstand the test of time. And that's why a lot of people are very bullish when it comes to things like Bitcoin, XRP, and some of the other investments that are out there. I do want to point out that in order for XRP to hit those $10 price targets in 2025, a lot of these things that I'm talking about have to take place and have to take place quickly. There has to be a lot of mass adoption and not just pilot programs, legitimate actual partnerships, big names that are utilizing XRP and the XRP ledger. We also have to make sure that Ripple doesn't start to shift away from XRP and that Ripple is very prudent with how they handle their escrow account. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, again, take a look at the video where I cover the XRP tokenomics. Put a lot of time into that video and it literally covers everything in a simple to understand manner. So the last thing that I want to say is that the community has to continue to be behind XRP. They have to believe it wholeheartedly that the leadership of Ripple has XRP investors in mind when they're making decisions, and that they're not just using XRP as a vehicle to make a lot of profit and to get them to where they are today, and now they'll pivot against it and go utilize other things. So this is the bull case scenario of how XRP can potentially hit $10 in 2025, which would be amazing for us investors because as of today, XRP costs somewhere around $2.50. That would be a 4x within a year. Show me where you can do that by just putting your money into ETFs on the S&P 500 or even making 400% profit on the stock market. It's really unheard of. So if that happens, that would really, really be amazing. Let's now talk about a scenario where XRP can go back down to 60 cents or even 50 cents or hover around 80 cents. Now, I am going to give you a very bearish scenario here. So if you're someone that's going to get triggered, absolutely no problem. You can mention in the comments, you can tear me apart. I don't mind it, but I also don't like to deflate people that aren't really confident in their investments and they don't want to hear the FUD scenario. So if you want to exit, by no means is no problem, or you can fast forward towards the end of the video where I give my actual prediction and I'll give you a timeline of it. I'll tell you where XRP is going to be priced at by June and July. I'll also tell you how low it's going to go after and where the price will be in December. So here is the bearish case for how XRP skates back down to between 50 and 80 cents in 2025. First things first, delays with the SEC dropping their case or even new cases being brought up, as well as in the EU or the Asia Pacific. Regulatory problems can really scare away the large financial institutions, the big behemoth banking players, the even really wealthy, from utilizing the XRP ledger to go ahead and process cross-border transactions. Also, the banking system can go ahead and start adopting other solutions that are similar to the XRP ledger and XRP, as well as Ripple can go ahead and also adopt other solutions. We are seeing that a little bit with the RLUSD situation. I understand XRP will always be the gas for anything that runs on the XRP ledger, but what happens if a bunch of banks get together and basically they go ahead and clone the XRP ledger, start their own system, and then other banks are like, okay, I'll adopt that. I already have a relationship with you. Sell me on it. And so it is something to keep in mind. Again, definitely FUD type of scenarios here. Let's also discuss promises. There's been a lot of promises made by Trump and his, future administration. Again, they have the trifecta. It's only a slim majority in the House of Representatives, but they have a majority in the Senate. They have the presidency, so they can pass things through, pass legislation. They could be super pro crypto, but it doesn't mean that they will be. And we really don't know. Again, politics is a dirty, dirty game. We don't know who's going to be lining their pockets. We don't know if a lot of these financial institution lobbyists are going to be able to get their greasy paws on the politicians, even people like Vivek and some others, and sway them to not go full throttle and just let crypto take away from the market share that some of the other players or some of the other systems like Swift has in place. Speaking of promises, it can also be a delay of promises by Ripple. By the way, do not listen, and I've fallen for this myself. Do not listen to the timelines. In crypto, timelines are always delayed. And also, a lot of the news we get is from blog articles, speculation, other YouTubers. Remember the stuff they were saying that Garlinghouse is definitely going to be on 60 Minutes Sunday, December 1st? He wasn't. He wasn't even on the schedule. They also mentioned that RLUSD is going to launch December 4th. We know that that's not the case, and it's going to take some time now. We also have to realize that the XRPL has to continue to innovate and gain more adoption. It has to keep pace with others that are advancing in the DeFi space. We have to make sure there's interoperability, and it is not apparent to me that XRPL is just going to continue to be more and more adopted, and it'll just make XRP skyrocket, blow the roof off of the crypto hemisphere. Also, when you're dealing with crypto projects, technical issues is always a fear. So if you have any type of security or vulnerability, or there's a glitch in the system, this is going to erode trust and confidence by these big players that are wanting to potentially use XRPL and XRP for their cross-border payment solutions, among other offerings that Ripple has. The partnerships that Ripple currently has, again, a lot of them are pilot programs. We need it to be adopted on a mass scale, but also the partnerships can go bad. Sometimes partnerships happen, and then the partners try it out, and then they scale back how much they're using the XRP ledger or XRP, and this can again hurt confidence not only in the whole Ripple ecosystem, but also hurt confidence among investors, among retail, as among a lot of these institutions, among hedge funds that all have trading desks in crypto these days, and that might hurt their confidence, thereby creating some selling pressure and bringing the price down. You can also have crypto purists banging the hammer and trying to hurt the movement by pointing out that XRP, that Ripple, is not necessarily fully decentralized in the classical crypto sense. Now, what I like is that Ripple has been easing its grip on the influence it has over the unique nodes list that it has over XRP with the whole escrow situation. But if they start turning the other way, it can be quite tricky. And there are mechanisms that they can take. And I've pointed this out in the XRP Ledger Explained video. I've pointed it out in the XRP Tokenomics video. There are ways that Ripple can go ahead and start screwing us XRP investors. And the other thing I want to discuss, but I think I'm going to make a whole entirely different video on it because no one's really explained this well on YouTube. And I have some thoughts on how this can help and really hurt XRP. And that is the central bank digital currencies, but I'm going to make a separate video on that. I also want to mention that right now XRP is hot. We are really being talked about everywhere right now. There's so many people that are reaching out to me asking me about XRP, how they could buy XRP, but especially retail, there can be shift in the investment focus. I mean, we saw that entire NFT craze a few years ago. It could be something else that then pops up and seems like a really lucrative opportunity that could get you thousands of percentage points on your investment. I'm thinking AI, I'm thinking quantum computing. Speaking of quantum computing, there can be an issue that arises with a lot of the crypto projects. If you've been following the tech news, quantum computing is thought of as being a serious threat to a lot of the crypto projects, because if you take something like the XRP ledger or XRP and you're able to break the cryptographic algorithms, you can really cause chaos. And I think you're going to see this with a lot of the smaller projects in the crypto space get destroyed by quantum computing, whether it's black hat, white hat, gray hat hackers, whether it's for other reasons, whether it's governments that want to take down certain projects because they're just extremely worried about it. Now, I understand that the past couple of minutes, this has all been a lot of FUD. And I could continue on and on. I could talk about, hey, there might be something sneaky done by the leadership of Ripple and people lose confidence. There might be a crypto winter that sets in because something insane happens in the crypto space. The last cycle, that was the whole FTX blow up and all that stuff that really turned a lot of people away. And so there's so many things that I could talk about, but I want to cap it here because I don't want to make this a very depressing video or scare too many XRP holders away. Again, me personally, I hold a ton of XRP. I've shared it in the first couple of videos, but I am also planning to build my position. Even at these levels, I'm going to dollar cost average in. Here are my official predictions for 2025. I believe that by June, July, August, XRP's price will hover around $6 to $6.50. That would mean that we are more than doubling the price that it's currently at today. And it would also mean that we're more than doubling the market cap. And that's not too ridiculous to think about because the market cap would still be well below Ethereum. And especially if these projects continue to grow, you will see that the market cap of all these other cryptos are rising as well. A lot of people make the error and they say, wow, XRP has to more than 4x in order to reach the market cap of Ethereum. But if it ever does 4x, you're going to see Ethereum already 2x past where it is now. And what's considered a $1 trillion market cap now is not going to seem like a big deal 5-6 years from now because again of inflation, because a lot of these fiat currencies is just getting printed out the wazoo. We're going to double the supply and it's going to be insane. And things that are worth, trillions of dollars today, like Bitcoin and stuff, we think of that as ridiculous. But years down the line, especially at the pace that inflation is going, and especially how reckless a lot of countries are with their fiat currency, it's not out of the question that other types of currencies that have a finite supply, like XRP, like Bitcoin, like some of the others, is actually going to really, really help the price action. What I want to mention is that I don't think that we're going to continue to see a rise all the way to the end of 2025. I see a situation where in June, July, August, you're going to see the price of XRP, again, between 6 and 650. It might even go a little bit higher than that. And then I think we are going to experience a sell-off and it might drop to somewhere around $3.50, $4, and we'll probably finish the year off just like what's happening now, where you have a lot of euphoria. People come back for the holidays. Everyone's showing them their profits, talking them into buying XRP. And I think that we finished 2025 off at around $5 of value for one XRP token. I also really want to point out, I think it's really, really healthy for a project when it has a steady climb and it really sets the pace for it to take off potentially later on, years down the line. Now I gave a bullish scenario and a bearish scenario, and I truly do believe that the bullish scenario, a lot of those points are much more likely to happen than the bearish FUD that I mentioned. That being said, though, if you're invested in something, you have to do the due diligence and you have to look at all sides of the coin, all sides of the token. You can't just focus on the positive, the bullish stuff. You have to understand the FUD case scenario, because even though everyone will call me a FUD monkey, it's so important to understand the risks of your investment. And we need to know this stuff, because if we start to see some of this take place, some of the stuff that I mentioned in the bear case scenario, we need to hold Ripple's team. We need to hold their feet to the fire, and we have to make sure that they're accountable and that they continue to keep us XRP investors at the forefront of their mind when they're making business decisions. Because I'm telling you right now, Ripple's leadership, if they pivot away from XRP, if they create other solutions on the XRP ledger for the use cases that XRP has, it will destroy the price of XRP. Also, the main reason that I feel that XRP isn't fully centralized is because Ripple's leadership can destroy the XRP ledger and XRP. I don't mean they can destroy it in the sense that they can make it disappear, but the use case and utility aspect of it, they could completely destroy. They can erode the confidence and trust in the loyal XRP army, in the loyal XRP community, and that would savagely affect the price. So that is what I mean by centralized. They have a tremendous amount of influence on XRP and the XRP ledger, and we have to make sure that they do right by us investors, because we helped get them to where they are today, and where they're going tomorrow, they're going to need us for it. But I've seen this too many times in the crypto space where a lot of companies, they use us investors that were always behind it, championing it, helping the price action go up, creating mass euphoria, mass adoption, having everyone talk about the platform and really spreading the word. They use that to get started, to get to a certain place, and then they say, bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. And then they're on their way and they're pivoting away from the actual native token, from the actual original use case. And now they're worried about the bottom line lining their pockets. I know that the leadership of Ripple is very impressive, but I also know that they're human beings running a business. And if that doesn't make you worry, then you don't understand business and you don't understand human psychology and human nature. With that being said, I appreciate all of you for watching this video in its entirety. This was a long one. And make sure you hold me accountable. If I'm wrong on any of these predictions, absolutely demolish me in the comments section. I will try to respond to everyone that comments. I will not delete any comments. And hopefully I will see all of you in the next video.